It is currently Monday. I've had one hell of a last 4 or 5 days now. We unfortunately lost the runt of the litter, who I had nicknamed Smalls, but we're not really all too sure what happened. We just know that I found him with his mom, and he was foaming at the mouth, and then he passed in my hands within 3 minutes of me holding him. So we're not sure if he aspirated on mom, if he had a seizure, or if he just had fading puppy syndrome. We're not all that sure. Everybody else is doing fine, gaining weight. I mean, the only thing I really regret is not catching how small he was sooner, because maybe I could have bottle fed him starting that Monday instead of having started that Wednesday night. But unfortunately, with this being my first time with a litter of puppies, this is live and learn, lessons to learn. So I also caught the flu during the week. My boyfriend brought that home, so then I caught that. So that's been fun. That's why my lips are all beat up to shit. I was actually finally able to go to see my OB on Friday and ask her what can I take since I am pregnant and have the flu. And she said Mucinex, just not the DM or MD version, which I didn't understand what the hell she was talking about at the time until I went to CVS and saw what she was talking about. Surprisingly, that has actually helped tremendously. So I think I am on top of getting better. But as far as update goes for my baby Squishy, Squishy's heart rate was at 148 beats per minute. Squishy was also measuring in at 15 ounces according to them. So that's all good and well. However, I should have known from how quiet the room had gotten further into the appointment, because as soon as Doc came in, it was like, oh, your baby's doing great, but yeah. She goes on to explain what I just explained, and then goes, baby's doing great, but I'm concerned about your placenta. Turns out my baby's umbilical cord and placenta cord aren't connected correctly. I don't remember the name of it, but I can probably put it somewhere on the bottom of the screen here. That and my placenta is blocking my cervix hole, meaning it would block the baby from being able to come out. So now the game plan is to be referred to a high-risk specialist, because I'm now considered high risk because of everything that's changed all of a sudden. Doc says that I have no choice but to get a C-section, which at first I thought I wanted one, but when I did my research on him, I was like, nope, I will take my chance of pushing him out. So now I'm going to be terrified for the moment that I have to be put on a table and cut open eventually. And with my placenta and the cord not being attached, the placenta blocking the cervix and needing a C-section, all this, I will have to be giving birth or having C-section done anywhere between 32 and 37 weeks along. I'm currently 21 weeks along, so this is terrifying me, because Doc also said that baby Squishy will be born on the smaller side of the scale. Like, boyfriend can say all he wants, oh, don't panic, but he's not the one having to carry the baby. So I have every right to panic if I want to panic. So I pretty much moped the whole weekend around the house, because I didn't know what else to do besides sleep away the worry and the stress, rather than stay awake and think about all the possibilities of what the hell could go wrong. But now that Monday has rolled around, I do have to be a functioning human being, because what else is there to do after moping around the house all weekend? So I'm going to have to clean the house around and get some schoolwork done, because I didn't do any schoolwork last week. I felt so bad. So clearly that's not what happened. Yesterday I basically slept all day and just couldn't stop passing out. So now I'm in the hospital because I woke up at 6:30 this morning with blood coming out of me in places that I don't need blood coming out of. So far, they've done an ultrasound to make sure the baby's fine, and baby is fine. However, the placenta actually is not blocking my cervix. It's a blood clot. So now I am being admitted into St. Mary's Hospital in Richmond for the next 5 days. It's Tuesday. I will be kept overnight in case they see more bleeding, but they want to keep me until Christmas Eve to do more tests, just to see what the hell is going on. So, if my life hasn't been this much of a shit show lately, it just, the show just only got but so much more dramatic. So this is my view for the next 5 days. I have basically already joked with Will that we are one and done. I cannot do this a second round of stress with another baby. As morbid as this is going to sound, when we were rushing to get here to the ER to see what was going on, I was internally praying, like, if this child does not make it, that will be the second baby that I've lost in a week. But at least that she'll have Smalls at the Rainbow Bridge waiting for her. Fortunately for now, she's not miscarrying. That's all I'm worried about right now, is just if I miscarry or if I lose this baby, I'm gonna go off the deep end. So basically with this blood clot is when you're in your first trimester, you're supposed to have your conception bleeding, and I don't think I had it, and if I did, I didn't catch it because I didn't have my period in July, but I didn't have a positive pregnancy test until August. But they have no idea what this blood clot is, so they're keeping me here until they can figure it out as I pass it. It's currently Wednesday. I am being discharged. Doctor came in at 8:30 and said, I think the bleed that you had yesterday was the clot passing, and that my charts look normal, and she basically said I might be getting discharged. I'm still waiting for confirmation on that, because I'm kind of getting my hopes up because I want to get the fuck out of here. I indeed was discharged. I have to go back Friday, though, for an ultrasound with the high-risk people just to make sure that this blood clot has actually come out of me. Which, in all to say, if it has, then that means my placenta was not actually in front of my cervix at all, and that I actually might not need a C-section after all. Got home at about 12 o'clock. Found out that all the dogs and the milk-drunk babies missed me because JoJo didn't get her yogurt and her Tums in her food, even though I told Will to put it in her food. Will also kept her locked in her closet instead of giving her periodic breaks in between her being taking care of her puppies. But then again, we were at the hospital all day yesterday. Zeus is Zeus. He doesn't like being in his kennel. And he had to be in his kennel all day for the first time in forever. And then the little dogs took it upon themselves to rip up something out of the trash, which is just habitual at this point. And then Jackson and Coda, they can survive without me, but they'll still miss me nonetheless. What's absolutely funny, though, is this entire house goes to shit if I am not in it. Fortunately for me, I had already gotten a load of dishes done and a couple loads of laundry done before I had left for an entire day. I am just honestly grateful I get to sleep in my own bed, that the baby, in fact, has nothing wrong going on with it. And, yes, Daddy has to share the bed with you again. That was what was so funny, was Will said, yeah, not to sound like a dick or anything, but it was nice not having to share or get crushed in a bed with Zeus. And I looked at him like, you made Zeus sleep in his kennel? He said, no, Zeus sprawled out on your side of the bed and didn't come near me. So yes, I know somebody missed me because somebody likes to snuggle at night. Which I'm sure the rest of the household is happy that I am home, because that means nobody has to spend the day in the kennels or locked in a closet having to deal with their babies for a whole day. Yeah, apparently while I was gone, the puppies began opening their eyes, which I wasn't expecting because they didn't seem like they were opening their eyes at all when I was here Monday or yesterday morning. Y'all see what I mean? Everybody misses me. No one can survive without Mama in the house. baby child keeps freaking me out because she turns sideways in my uterus, and I can feel her turning sideways. And then she wants to shove her foot in my stomach, and I'm just sitting here like, can I have permission to move without feeling like you're going to stick your hand down in my cervix?